What's going on, guys? Welcome back to some more 3.0 editor action. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make tunnels. Now in the last episode we had a bridge built right here. It was a little tiny walkway. You can watch the last episode if you want to look at how I made a little walkway. It's very simple. And just like in the last episode, I want to remind you guys that a lot of the things that I'm going to be showing you are totally dependent on the models that are currently in game and not models that you can get eventually when people were making those things. And so today, keep in mind that in the future, you're probably going to be able to have like one model that can be used to do all this. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to show you what I did on my map for the time being. So first and foremost, when making tunnels, you want to, okay, so you can see the water is like right below the ground here, like right below. This is very low already. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to raise up an area of land, and then I'm going to carve tunnels through that. So the first thing you want to do is kind of think through what you want to do. Plan it out in your head or on paper or whatever, so that way you don't have to go back and make changes, because when you're using the flatten tool, it's very hard to get at the exact same level, and it can be very difficult, very frustrating, and pretty hard to do. So you want to make sure you have an area that you're going to be working with, and you're going to want to raise up the land so that you can put tunnels through, because essentially we're going to be just manipulating the various flattened areas. So have it raised up as high as you want first, very first, and make sure you do a big enough area on the same level so you don't have to go back through and make changes later. So that's pretty high actually, but for the sake of the video it's fine. So once you have an area raised up, like, you know, I have a town above my tunnels and stuff, and so, you know, maybe you want to put a town here, or you just want to have like a mountain above or something like that. Just keep in mind you do have to close in the tunnel unless you don't want to. Like, so you can use this to make valleys or things like that, but like you can make a mine or cavern, whatever you want to do. So essentially, the next thing you want to do is lower your flatten tool back down. Probably like right there. And then I'm going to lower the size down to, if you do the very smallest size, it's not going to work out as well as the next size up, and I'll just kind of show you. So you can see that like there's like a point, it comes to a point. You can't walk through that, okay? So you can only really make the tunnels a certain way for now. And just keep in mind that if you, I think that's probably the, yeah, that's right. If you don't make it the second size, you're going to have a point, and it's going to be very hard for you to work with that. So this is the next level up, and you can see I already have like a really nice like walkway starting. And then basically what you do is you just go through and you just carve out your tunnel system. So let's say that I want to kind of do that, and then maybe I want to take and make an entrance over here. And then like I want to make this like kind of do that, and then maybe I want to make one that's a little bit more winding or something like that. Essentially, it's pretty easy to do. It's not hard at all, but it does take a little bit of patience and a little bit of time to work with this, because you can't get it completely perfect most of the time. But for what you can do, you know, you can make it look really cool. Does kind of help to go down in here a little bit, so you make sure it's all. And I like mine kind of being uneven like this, so then it looks a little bit more rough, and it kind of like makes it like actually looks realistic. Like right here, like this kind of looks like something you would expect to find. You're not gonna find like completely flattened areas in like a mine or something like that, probably. I mean, in some parts you will, but in other parts I would imagine that it's going to be a little bit more rough, or some rocks scattered about or something like that. Now the next thing I like to do is I like to take my materials, and let's go ahead and lower that size down, and I'm going to do like stone. Now you don't have to do this, but this is what I like to do, and this just kind of helps me see what I've done so far. And you know, it's not going to be perfect, but I'm just doing it just to show you kind of my idea behind things. Alright, so then you can see like I kind of have a cool mine look going on here. Maybe you do dirt or something like that. Now the next thing you want to do, and this is where the model thing comes into play, the next thing you want to do is you want to close in the top here, unless of course this is how you want it. And what I did was I went to large, I went to cafe number 2 because it's square, and then so you can see the bottom here. So you need to rotate this. I think what I did was I did like this, and then I think I did like that right there, because you don't want the doors to the cafe being shown as well. You know what I mean? And so once I did that, I just lowered it down to basically like even with that, and then just why is that on level? Because it's rotated just ever so slightly. I think it still probably is. No, it's fine. And so that's kind of what you have to do. And then you can actually, let me just show you. Let me move this over a little bit and copy these. Whoops. Shoot. And so now you can see like this is actually kind of closed in. This is a pretty deep tunnel, but whatever. And it's not completely level, but you guys get the idea. And then you can actually build a house on top of here. So, you know, let's say you wanted to have a house that was sitting on top of this area, you can actually do that. And, you know, you can make it look good and stuff and take time to do that. But you can actually build on top of another object like that. And then, you know, if you want to close this side in, just rotate it to the other side so where it like actually looks like it's closed in. And essentially you can like make a city on top of this area and then have a tunnel underneath. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is with the model thing, what somebody might wind up doing is instead of having like, you know, you can see there's 3 different objects here, and this will add up, and that counts towards your frames, you know, like that's going to probably mess things up. What somebody will probably make in the future is a model that will be like a giant slab or something. And so maybe you have like 5 or 6 slabs instead of like a bunch of houses, or you know, maybe they make it so the color of grass or the texture of grass or something, and so it's disguised and you have a better looking tunnel system. So guys, I hope that helps you kind of get a little bit more creative maybe with making tunnels or something like that if you haven't figured that out or you're not working with the editor. It's very simple to do. It doesn't take a lot of time to work with, and I think you guys can make some cool things. So go ahead and tweet me pictures of things that you're making and any ideas that you have that you would like me to maybe talk about and cover in this video series. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, click that thumbs up button below and feel free to subscribe for more content from Unturned and many other games. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.